I posted my new AI podcast, The Weekend America Stood Up. It's me breaking down how Donald Trump dropped that AI video of himself defecating on the American flag. The man literally used artificial intelligence to create an image of himself crapping on the symbol of the country he once led. So I share the link. My white biological aunt, sweet lady, means well, loves to remind me she doesn't see color, messages me and says, I haven't seen the president's post. Now, I could have ignored it, but I didn't. I said, it's all over Google. Here's one from NBC, because sometimes you gotta spoon-feed the truth. I was still amazed she chose to display her privilege so blatantly when she could have internet searched before she implied it doesn't matter to her. White privilege isn't about being rich, it's not about never struggling, it's about choice. It's about being able to opt out of discomfort. When she said, I haven't seen it, what she really meant was, I didn't have to. White privilege is being able to live inside a world where the ugliness of America is optional. You can choose not to look, not to care, not to confront. You can scroll past police brutality like it's a bad commercial. You can say, I don't get into politics, while the rest of us are out here fighting to keep our rights from being voted away by people who still think slavery was an unpaid internship. That's privilege. That's the bubble. As someone who's adopted, who's lived on both sides of America's racial divide, I've had a front row seat to the two Americas. The one where white relatives cannot see injustice, and the one where I feel it every day. In 2025, privilege has Wi-Fi. It's coded into the algorithm. Your feed shows you comfort. My feed shows me chaos. You get puppies and brunch. I get police videos and protest footage. That's not an accident. That's data-driven insulation. So when my aunt says she didn't see it, she's probably telling the truth, because her digital world shields her from anything that might challenge her worldview. She's being protected, not by morality, but by metadata. Meanwhile, those of us on the other side are bombarded with every microaggression, every legislative rollback, every reminder that our existence is political. White privilege isn't just social, it's systemic, digital, and invisible. You know what it feels like to constantly see what others can afford to ignore? It feels like being trapped in a house that's on fire, while your relatives sit in the living room saying, I don't smell smoke. I don't get to not see it. People of color, queer folks, immigrants, we live it every day. We don't get to log off when it's inconvenient. We don't get to wait and see how it plays out. We're the ones the fire burns first. So when someone says, I didn't see that, what I hear is, it didn't happen in my world, so it doesn't count. White privilege survives because people get uncomfortable when you name it. They think acknowledging privilege means admitting guilt, but it doesn't. It means admitting reality. Privilege isn't guilt, it's power, and pretending it doesn't exist doesn't make you innocent. It just makes you willfully blind. If you're white and you're listening to this, you can't dismantle what you refuse to see. And if you're a person of color listening, breathe. You are not crazy. The gaslighting is real, the silence is loud, and your exhaustion is justified. Here's the real question. What do we do about it? If you're white, start with this. When you catch yourself saying, I didn't see that, ask why. Why didn't you see it? What are you following, reading, or avoiding that keeps you from the truth? And more importantly, what are you willing to risk to see clearly? Because privilege loves comfort, and progress requires sacrifice. You can't have both. So yeah, when my aunt said she hadn't seen the Trump video, I realized she never will. Not because it's hidden, but because she's protected. And me, I'm done trying to translate reality to people who treat it like optional programming. This isn't about guilt, it's about awareness, and America's been asleep long enough. I'm Victoria Sharp, and this is AYFKM. Stay loud, stay grounded, and for the love of all things sacred, open your damn eyes.